makes you feel he's a cool exec with the heart of steel.
As Iron Man, all jets ablaze, he fights and fights with the counter race. Amazing armor,
Iron Man,
a blazing bomber.
Hey guys, I'm back. Another video, another CGC unboxing. Yes, I love CGC unboxings. I wish I could do this every week. I can't afford to though, because it's so damn expensive to get books graded. It's really expensive. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I'm only able to get like a box a month through, and even that's like pushing it. It's pricey. But saying that, I got a box through. Pretty happy. And I'm gonna be sending off some more soon, and they'll be back even sooner because CGC is super fast right now, but tough graders. So just so you know, be careful. They're very tough right now. As my last couple videos have shown, I took some hits, but I got some wins too. So it all works out. Anyway, I did want to talk about something though. I got this really neat thing. Greg Gurr at Greg and Greg Pressing makes these. They're just really simple little wood block. And this is what they're for. As you can see, on my shelf here, there are stands for CGC books, and I know other people do them, and I only have the black ones right now, but he gave me these as a kind of a promo, so thanks Greg and Greg Pressing. You guys are amazing pressers and cleaners. Everyone go to Facebook and go to Greg and Greg Pressing. Anyway, he gave me these as a kind of a promo to show off, and we're also old friends, so he was probably giving me a little gift too, but they're pretty cool. So you can put a nice Hulk 180 on your desk, or whatever book you want. L48, whatever you got. I chose the 180. I know there's a little glare on it. Let's see if we can get rid of that glare. There we go. As you can see, a bunch of my books are like this now. I love these things. I think he makes them himself, and they're priced very well. So order a couple hundred, because we all need a couple hundred now, don't we? Or a few. You know what it is. Anyway, CGC unboxing. Let's do this. My first book back is a funny book. So I got this, and I almost had a small coronary when I saw the grade. It was so low. And it turns out there was a little bit of a mix-up. And I have a bunch of these, and I only was sending one in, and it was a fairly high-grade copy of this book. Excuse me, I got the burps. I had a donair. Ugh. Anyway, this book is a really underrated book, but I was expecting like an 8.590-ish on it, and I got a 5.5, and I honestly thought that I didn't even know how to grade anymore. I was thinking about just throwing it in the towel. And as you can tell, it's a nice book. It totally deserves a 5.5 when you look at the book. And I realized that the real version of it that I should have sent didn't go in. I still have it waiting to go in. Whew. Which, whereas I thought I sent a 9.0 in and it came back a 5.5, which is a shocking difference in price. But, you know, this is first high evolutionary. He's has potential to be a big deal. They're saying he's gonna be the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think that's pretty common knowledge at this stage. I think he's got a lot of value because of that, but I really recommend this book right now. He kind of peaked out there about a year or two ago after the last Guardians of the Galaxy. And what happened was, I think, since the director didn't do the movie and they're waiting a while, he kind of ducked down a bit. Except for the higher grades. The higher grades are still expensive, but this book was not cheap for a bit. And now you can get it for a good deal. I would recommend maybe grabbing a couple. They're not that hard to come by. It's Thor, very well published, great character. And, that's amazing. Like, Kirby was killing it in this era. Like, these beautiful colors. The coloring on these covers is just amazing. It's Kirby art. You just can't do wrong. You just can't. Even if you just buy one and put it in your collection, it's just a great book to have in your collection. And could turn out to be a major villain character down the road. I hope it does. So there's that book. What else do we got? Ooh, another interesting book. I threw this in just because I did pick it up raw very cheaply. Cheap enough to make it worth grading in this low grade. And if I was forced to get rid of it right now, or I chose to, I could make a pretty nice profit and turn that into other books. But right now, I'm just happy to have it. It's the Fantastic Four 45, First in Humans. It's just a 4.0. It's not like impressive or anything, but it's a quality book to have in your collection. It's a a good key. I like it a lot. Word on the street is Kevin Feige loves the Inhumans and is really angry that they screwed it up so bad in the TV. And this book went through the roof when that TV show came out, and then it just collapsed. And it's starting to go up a bit. I do yourself a favor and pick one up, even if it's raw. Just pick it up and hold it in the wayside. I think there's a future in this book. I really do. I think Inhumans are not. I think they're going to turn up again. I don't think they're turning up anytime soon. But 5-6 years. There's a lot of time in the future. There's a lot of stories to tell, and I think there's a future in this book. So grab them when you can. It's still cheap. There you go. And Kirby cover. Again, amazing stuff. What's next? Oh, here's a new book. This goes hand in hand with a book I showed a little while ago. I really believe in this character. This is Avengers 47. It's versus Dane Whitman. He is basically the Black Knight. And his character, Dane Whitman, is in Eternals. And apparently, story goes that he's going to be the Black Knight in the Eternals, which is great. And the last time I showed a book, I showed the first full appearance of the Black Knight. This is just Dane Whitman who plays him. It's the book before that, issue 47. It's not a cheap book. It's definitely, risen in value since people, kind of put 2 and 2 together and realized he was in the Eternals. I think this character has a huge future. I think 48 is a better book. It's got a better cover. It's really the real character of Black Knight. This being, the lesser cameo. This is like the 180, Hulk 180 to the 181. But again, you can grab them pretty reasonably. I don't think you do wrong by owning it. I do think that that character is going to go places. I think he's a lot more important to the MCU's future than, they cast a pretty interesting guy from Game of Thrones. It's not a small actor. I think there's a bit of investment going there. So I'm just doing some math. That's the math I'm doing. I think there's a future in this book. I highly recommend Avengers 47. Okay, this is an odd book. So these 2 books I bought graded already, lower grades than I got. But I saw them and I was like, these could press up. And they did. Both of them. Marvel Premiere 15, it's an 8.5. Very happy with this grade. It's a good grade. I do have a higher grade in my personal collection. That is mine. But these will stay for a while. There's a lot of interest in this character right now. With Shang-Chi becoming, a major movie, he's going to be a big character. This guy kind of falls into that world in a big way. I know there's been a Netflix show that was, quite frankly, terrible. Well, it wasn't terrible, but it was terrible. We'll just go with it. It was terrible. This is his first appearance of Iron Fist. When I was young, I really liked this book. It was a book that I owned. Even in my teenage years, I was a huge Iron Fist fan. I just thought he was the coolest character. And, if done right, with the glow, like the smoking fists, and, he was just so great. And he has that gray cowl. Oh, man, he could be so great. And I think Shang-Chi, the movie, I think it's going to open up that universe where he can enter it. So when I see them, I pick them up. And this is definitely a book I pick up. And I'd recommend that you do too. So anyway, I got an 8.5. I am really happy because this was a 7.0 before. So that's good. What else do I got here? Look at this. Oops, books are falling everywhere. Here's another 8.5 copy. But this was a 7.5. So I pressed up one went up 1.5 grades, which I'm very happy with. It's worth doing. And this pressed up a full grade. So I'm very happy with it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did expect it to hit a 9 on at least one of them or more. But again, CGC is a little tougher these days. But, I'm quite happy to have 2 8.5s plus the ones I have for my personal collection. These are keepers for a while so that I can, when they do get a little hot, I'll flip them so that I can get books that I, can't afford currently. You gotta get that PayPal count up. So I think this next book, in my opinion, is one of the best books going right now. I didn't get huge grades on these, but I got respectable grades. Thank God I didn't pay much for them. They're books that used to be quite cheap, but they've really exploded. And I'm happy to have a few. I have one in my personal collection, and I have these now. This character I mentioned earlier, Shang-Chi, First Prince Shang-Chi, Marvel Special Edition 15. This book is an odd one, simply because it was so cheap and forgotten for so long. It wasn't like, it was always a key, but like a very minor key. But once they, initialized that they were going to do a movie, it's gone through the roof. I mean, these go for quite a bit, and I'm surprised how much they're going for. But it's made me realize like how important that character is going to be. He's going to be the first major Asian character for the MCU, and they are really focusing on getting that character into the whole world, and I think it's going to be huge. He was cool in the comics, and with $200 million behind him, I think it's going to be just as cool. I've heard that he's fighting Fin Fang Foom, but that's just internet rumor. I hope that's true, because that sounds amazing. And I can't afford a Fin Fang Foom first appearance, but I definitely can afford one of these. I have a few of these. I'm just kind of stacking a few up. I think this has a potential. I don't think it's a Black Panther first appearance potential, but just simply because of when it was published. But and I think there's probably quite a few of them. But saying that, I think it's going to be huge. I really do. There's a lot of future in it, is all I'm saying. Heed my words. Anyway, go on to the next one. Got a 7.5 on the next one, which I'm very happy with. I think I picked both of these books up at the same time, thinking they were like 6.5 7s. So with the pressing and stuff, that's a respectable grade. I'm very happy. Bought them a little while ago, just before the news hit, and yeah, I'm happy with these grades. I'm okay with it. I mean, the 6.0 is a little lesser than I was expecting, but yeah, 7.5 is pretty good. So these will sit with me for a little while until stuff happens, and then when stuff happens, well, then we'll see. I hopefully can turn some of the lesser ones into either a higher grade of it or a book I'm really going after. Like I would love an FF1 at some day. If I keep just stacking away at it, I'll have one. So that's the way I collect. So, but anyway, I'm gonna take off. That's my CGC unboxing. You got the whole box in 3 videos. Sorry, I had to split it up. I just talk so much, don't I? I just love talking about comics. Honestly, I could make these hour-long videos and just keep going. Thanks for being there during COVID. I'm not working right now, so this is just a pleasure to, be a part of your community and be able to make some friends. I've made so many friends online. I'm so lucky. People have really reached out to help with this channel, and you guys are just the best, all of you. And thank you for everything. And I hope to have some more videos. I have a bunch of mail call stuff that's been coming in that I haven't even gotten to. So I probably have about 3 more videos of just that, which is fun. It's just talking comics. And anyway, why don't you like and subscribe, because that would help. That'd be awesome, actually. If you can do that, I would be forever in your debt. And we'll call it a day. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
And in sports today,
Hey!
The picture's gone.
It's the antenna!